Good morning. If you have stepped into the therapist role, come on down. Class is in session. Sit your butts down. Okay, so today we're going to talk about comforting versus therapy because there's a fine line, okay? You don't want to be a cold, non-vulnerable biatch. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So sit down. This is the line women were never taught. Let me say this slowly because a lot of women got confused when I said do not be his therapist. And I get why, because no one ever taught us the difference between comforting a man and emotionally carrying a man. So today I'm going to put you on game. Your man should feel safe talking to you. He should feel like he can be a human with you. He should feel like he can tell you when life hits him. That is not the problem. He is human. We know, like, life gets heavy. We know, life gets heavy. He's human. None of us are perfect. The problem is when you become the place that all his emotional weight lives in. And those are not the same things. All right, so here is the fine line. Comfort is presence. Therapy is processing. Comfort sounds like I'm here for you. That sounds heavy. Come here, baby, and you give him a hug. That's comfort. Therapy sounds like, why do you think that made you feel like that? Let's unpack this. Have you tried looking at it differently? You see? That's what therapists get paid for. He can hire a therapist and go pay her. And the moment you start helping him understand himself, you have crossed a line. You want to give advice when it's asked. Practice not giving unsolicited advice to nobody. Okay? To your partner, to your man. Unless it is asked. Not because you're wrong, but because that's not your role. You can easily get into the mothering role doing that. You're his woman, not his emotional case manager. Here's another way you know. Comfort connects you. Therapy drains you. After a healthy conversation, you feel closer, calmer, softer, and still in your body. This is why you need to come back to your femininity, because it's your compass. If you are disconnected from your body, it's very hard to pick up these other things. If you are disconnected from your body, it's very hard for you to give other people presence, because that's what being connected to your body is. You're in the present moment because you're connected to your body. Comfort is presence. After therapizing, you feel heavy, you feel tired, and low-key irritated. And like you need a minute to yourself because you're overwhelmed from all the shit that he just unpacked on you. From all the emotional overload that you just got, boom, hammered on. Your body always knows before your mind knows. Now I want to clear something up because this matters. If your man shed a tear with you once because his parents are splitting up, because life punched him in the chest, or whatever hardship he's going through, that's not emotional dumping. That's a human moment. But a man that's constantly crying, get rid of him. I'm not saying men can't cry. That's not what I'm saying. Constantly? But him shedding a tear, having a human moment, holding him, being gentle, being warm, that is feminine presence. When it becomes a problem is when it's constant, repetitive, and unchanging. Same problem, same venting, no movement. And that is not intimacy, that's emotional outsourcing. He's outsourcing you constantly charging, taxing that shit on you. And little by little, you will subconsciously start losing respect for him because you start seeing him as weak. It's not that you even want to. It's a biologically subconscious thing that happens. And little by little, you start losing respect for him. And remember, men need love to feel respected. That they feel love to respect, to being respected. So that's what's gonna happen. And polarity is gonna go little by little right behind it. And here's something most women do not realize. Emotionally mature, super masculine men do not emotionally dump. Not because they're closed off, but because they're considerate. A grounded man usually says, it's been a rough week, but I've got this. Not, let me emotionally bleed all over you. And you see, he's telling you. The problem is that you want men to be emotional like you. Stop wanting men to be women. Men are men. Stop wanting men to be like women. A lot of women don't want men. They want another woman. But they don't understand it. If he starts acting like a woman with you, you will subconsciously start losing respect for him. Constantly crying, constantly being emotional, constantly being in his feelings, constantly you're gonna start losing respect for him. I promise you. Slowly, gradually, you will see it. Mark my words. I cannot deal with no man crying. I'm not saying man can't cry, you see? But a man, you know when it's like the little boy crying, like, why are you crying? You're a man. Man can cry, though. That's not what I said. Fine line. Like I said, emotionally mature men do not emotionally dump on you. He protects your nervous system because he sees you as something to protect, not something to lean on endlessly. That's why smart men don't argue with their women. That's why they let a woman be a woman, and they don't argue and go back and forth with her. They let her have her moment, and they lead emotionally, energetically, and lead her and let her have her moment because he understands she's a woman, she's going through her, and just listens to her. So let me say this part clearly. You're meant to be his soft place, his peace, and his warmth. You're not meant to be his therapist, his emotional dumping ground, or his emotional container. And boundaries don't have to be cold to be real. Sometimes it's as simple as I care, I just don't have the capacity right now to have a deep talk. Or I want to hear you, I care because you care about this, just not right now. That is not mean. That is regulated. And it's so crazy if you have that nice girl syndrome. You would think that saying that, you're like, oh my God, I'm being so mean. I'm being so mean. No, you're not. If you ever felt guilty for needing space or needing some time, or if you ever wonder, am I being mean? Am I being unsupportive? If you ever felt drained but did not know why, this is the work. And it's exactly what I teach you inside the Feminine Reset. How to stay soft without self-abandoning, and how to hold boundaries without killing yourself. Because knowing the line is one thing, but knowing how to hold it without guilt, without fear, without losing attraction, that is feminine mastery. And you must understand, the more you master yourself, the easier it becomes to know when something is working against yourself, when something is not working for you. And it's easier, the more you master yourself, the more it's easier to know what you're going to say no to and yes to, because you understand yourself. You understand what drains you, you understand what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and how to honor yourself without losing yourself, because that's what it is about. Remember, relationships are only like 20% of your life, okay? They should enhance and add happiness to you that you already have. They're not meant to be your whole source of happiness. Happiness is something, it's an inside job. It's meant to add happiness into your life, not be the source of it. Never forget that. I hope you got clarity from this video. I love you. And that's it. Bye.